Bank of America warns that the U.S. economy will begin to lose 175,000 jobs per month. Folks, welcome back to the channel. Please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you turn on notifications as well. We are in a particularly difficult time right now with a lot of American people, a lot of U.S. citizens, hardworking Americans, having a resounding dilemma. And that is that they barely have any money. It's becoming increasingly more difficult to pay their rent, and there's no money in savings. And I have the slightest idea on how to begin in investing. I want to share with you guys a story of a local restaurant, or two actually, here in Destin, Florida, that have relocated. And my wife, Squirrel Tribe, Michelle, she actually brought this to my attention today to let me know that no, these businesses did not go out of business, although high likelihood given the current state of the economy, but instead they've relocated due to the rise in the rent prices that they could no longer afford. She actually found this information, I believe, on Destin Foodies, which is a Facebook group particularly for Destin restaurants, which is pretty cool. There's actually a lot of restaurants here that we have not visited, that we did not know about, as well as several others along the Emerald Gulf Coast that we are going to be trying out here soon, and perhaps maybe even bringing you guys along with us for those food reviews. However, businesses are struggling, employees are struggling, workers are struggling, families are struggling, and again, barely having any money and very little savings, and not even a clue as to how to start investing, which a lot of folks have told me and have asked questions. Kevin, how do I get started? Can you help me get started? What do I do first? I'm a beginner. Can you help me? Yes, I can help you. But oftentimes one of the main questions is, how do I even get started? How can I even begin to make money? How can I even begin to invest when I don't have any money? That is a tricky dilemma, especially for those looking to start their own businesses, which is a form of investment, which is investing in yourself, to create for yourself. It actually hit me today, as you know, I was collecting my thoughts on what we have accomplished just today alone, and thinking about how impossible that would have been if I were tied to a desk, tied to a job, tied to an employer, tied to a 9-to-5. This isn't for everyone. This life isn't for everyone. But I can say with certainty, for me, I prefer the self-employed business owner, entrepreneur, work remotely, work from home, work from anywhere lifestyle more than anything else in the world, at least that I've experienced. And even the thought, having the opportunity and the offers to go work somewhere for a considerable salary, I think it would take a huge sum of money to convince me to change my lifestyle, which it's, if you guys ever want a day with me, or day in the life of, or you know, daily routine or whatever, let me know, and I may be able to put that together for you guys. But the simple fact of the matter is that money is tight. The jobs market is rough, and with warnings like these here about massive job losses beginning in the first quarter, Q1 of 2023, economists believing that the unemployment rate will reach over 5.25%. I'm actually reading 5.5% now, as the Fed Chair Jerome Powell pushes towards his goal to control inflation. This is just going to continuously cause further problems for more people, more families, more budgets, more bank accounts, more savings accounts, more retirement plans. The list goes on and on. So what do you do? Well, I think that you've got a few options, but I think we just got to take it down to the basics. Here we go again, the 5 basic steps. Number 1, earn more money. Number 2, spend less than you make. Number 3, budget. Number 4, eliminate high interest debt. Number 5, save and invest. Now, do we want to make more money? Of course we do. How do we do that? There's a variety of ways of doing it, but I think The first way starts with up here. You have to tell yourself, number one, that you want to make more money. Number two, that you will make more money. And number three, that you can make more money. I think that, in my opinion, based on the experiences I've had with the people that I've worked with and the coaching that I have been engaged with and the clients that I've worked with and the success and unsuccessful relationships, business relationships, it all comes down to the limiting belief that people have placed on themselves and or have allowed them to believe. Inversely, I've witnessed others that have the complete opposite opinion of themselves and their abilities, and literally one in particular, G.I. Justin, go check him out, link in the description. Local, family man, business owner, Army veteran, EMS helicopter pilot, very cool dude, very smart guy. In my opinion, you can't tell him anything that he can't do. Why? Because he has the belief that he can do anything. And that's a game changer, okay, folks? That is a game changer. And I'm actually very happy for him and his family and the success that he's had so far with the YouTube channel that he's created. Again, much like this self-employed entrepreneur, work remotely, work from anywhere, work from home, passive income lifestyle, it is not for everyone. Now, granted, I don't sit on the beach and sip Mai Tais every day. No, that's not the case. Sometimes it's too windy, sometimes it's raining, and sometimes I prefer to have a margarita. But with that being said, the opportunity to create for yourself begins with yourself. And you have to choose what works best for you. And if that is being employed, by all means, be employed. But be employed at the highest rate possible for the highest amount that you can earn by continuously executing on the 5 basic principles, so that as you earn more, you don't then spend more, okay? That's going to be very important. And I want to stress that for the people who are actively taking steps right now to make these changes and experience and capture and realize these results, once you do, don't forget, don't spend more than you make, okay? It's easy to fall into that trap because you now have more money, but we want to continuously build, we want to continuously grow, okay? Now, this doesn't mean don't spend anything, but we have to be very cautious and careful with how we spend, especially now, especially in this recession. I do believe that there's going to come a time relatively soon when we look back and see, you know, oh wow, it was just 2023, seems like almost yesterday. But there will come a time where we'll look back and we'll say to ourselves, man, that was fast. Look where we are now. Look at all these opportunities available to us. Now we have our pick of the litter to pick and choose our investments, our investment strategies, our business opportunities, and easier ways to grow and build wealth. This is not to say that it can't be done without a substantial amount of money, but it definitely can be done easier with more. So what we want to do now is do our best to earn more, to have it so that when the opportunities present themselves, we can invest into it. For instance, folks, XRP, Ripple, a lot of discussion going on with XRP, Ripple in the news with the SEC, and speculation about institutional investments, the cryptocurrency market itself, Bitcoin, by the way, we need to talk about Bitcoin, BTC, and the potential likelihood of increased values and huge returns on investment on XRP. However, it'll be hard to capitalize on any huge return on investment without a huge investment. So the key is to have the funds available to be able to participate on the highest level possible so that you too can experience insane growth, you know, seeing these investment opportunities go to the moon. Now, I'm not saying that XRP Ripple is the one. I'm not saying that Bitcoin BTC is the one, but I am saying that as we look forward to the future in anticipation and preparing for financial changes in the market and the economy as a whole, as we dig ourselves out of this recession, pay attention, okay? Now, I like YouTube, okay? I like YouTube. So because I like YouTube, and because I do YouTube, and because I know YouTube, that's what I'm gonna bring you guys, okay? And we can discuss other things too, so feel free to drop a comment down below if you want to contact me directly. Links in the description. But I think with repetition, it will become easier for folks to remember. So I'll say it again. I like YouTube. Say it with me. I like YouTube. And I like YouTube more so as a creator than a consumer. And the interesting thing about what I'm going to tell you is that no matter what I tell you, a lot of people may ask the question of, well, Kevin, why would you say that? Why would you want other people to have an opportunity at, taking a piece of your pie? Why would you want to create increased competition? All these questions. And the simple fact of the matter is that even the biggest creators on the platform don't corner the market in the amount of viewership that is possible. So it is almost next to impossible to really have competition when there are so many eyes, so many viewers, and so many hours and ultimately minutes to watch, okay? And competition is good because competition means that there is value there, okay? Now, I like YouTube, so I'm going to continuously create on YouTube. And the other simple fact of the matter is that odds are a very small percentage of people watching this video or watching any of my videos will even attempt to start. And an even smaller percentage of those will follow through, and an even smaller percentage of those will succeed and earn money. But I didn't say none. I just said some. And if you look at it from the standpoint of any, let's just say, movie star or athlete, they all have to start somewhere. Granted, they may have climbed up through the ranks amongst others in the same field, but not everyone made it. But I can guarantee you the ones who tried had a better chance of succeeding than the ones who didn't, if that makes sense. So with that being said, I like YouTube. So I'm going to share with you guys some ideas and tips and strategies so that you too can change your perspective, possibly, but more importantly, your position, your financial position, so that you aren't stuck in a category and in a situation where you feel trapped, you feel stressed, you feel anxious, you go to bed with anxiety, you wake up in a cold sweat, you have bills to pay, you have no idea how you're going to cover them, you live and you work paycheck to paycheck, and you see rising costs happening left and right, and you don't know what to do, and you know that the walls are closing in on you, but you're just hoping for a miracle. Maybe this is that miracle. You ever think about that? So, folks, start a YouTube channel, start a TikTok, start an Instagram, start any form of social media. In my opinion, I made a video, I posted it, surprised at how many people actually resonated with the idea of creating content without using your face. I'm beginning to believe that that may be the biggest hurdle and obstacle for a lot of folks out there who want to start creating and who want to have the ability to access these funds, this revenue. This is an investment in yourself. And you've already invested in yourself in so many ways, between the clothing that you have purchased, a haircut that you have gotten recently, any makeup that you may wear, a new pair of shoes, a vehicle. All these things are investments in yourself. The only difference is these investments have not produced substantial returns yet. A vehicle can produce returns because the vehicle allows you the transportation needed to travel to and from work to earn the paycheck. So that vehicle, in essence, does produce a return. So we want to continuously invest in ourselves in ways that can produce returns. And I'm talking substantial returns. And the beauty about YouTube and Instagram and TikTok and all these other social media, online, web-based content creation platform opportunities is that you can create and produce these returns without actually having to put in any money, and if so, very little money. Not to mention that I do believe that there's going to be a huge opportunity coming up in the near future for non-content creators in assisting content creators. If you guys want to know more, let me know. But I came across a story today about a particular situation which is going to push a lot of content creators into a spiraling panic, as they are going to be rushing against the clock to modify and or scrub clean and delete old content before it gets them in big trouble. Okay, and we'll just say that I'll leave it with it's going to involve the FBI and the ATF. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. And if you're interested in creating content that has anything to do with, you know, firearms or anything like that, then we should have a talk before you go too far down that rabbit hole, is all I can say. Now, the content creation world, UGC, is huge. These businesses, these brands, these companies, these corporations, they need eyes. They need to hit their target market. They need an audience. They need consumers and shoppers, and they don't necessarily know exactly or have the means of doing it themselves. That's why they rely heavily on creators. And that's where you can fit in, simply and easily. Even if it were, think about it like this. We talked in a previous video about ways of managing your savings and having the ability to overcome some of the restrictions placed on some of these SSI, government aid, government stimulus recipients, right? Well, we have to expand on that and become a little bit more creative and innovative in the ways that we earn and the ways that we see returns on our investments. Because in my opinion, being paid does not necessarily only have to happen in the form of a currency or a dollar. Which, with that being said, there was talks briefly about using cryptocurrency as a way to protect yourself and limit your exposure, with these government agencies requiring and demanding access to your savings accounts to make sure you don't have more than $2,000 in savings. And also they want to know and make sure that you're not receiving food, which is very strange in my opinion, very odd. But what we want to do here is we want to have the diversity and the security and the cash flow that I was telling you guys is my primary goal for 2023. My predictions for 2023, my 2023 prediction is basically more of the same of last year and the year before that. More so now than ever, because the years before that weren't quite as bad. And I'm expecting more of the same. So with that being said, in my opinion, the best form of security and protection and ability to continuously produce returns and grow and not get swallowed up and ultimately wiped out by inflation, I want to continuously insulate myself and my family and my businesses. As I told you guys in a previous video, we want to be insulated against inflation, because inflation affects everyone. The recession will affect everyone, but the better insulated you are, the more money you have, the more savings you have, the more investments you have, the more returns on your investments you have, the more passive income streams you have, the more diversity you have, the better. The higher the likelihood and the chances of your success and survival will increase by having these versus not. So with that being said, even in a down market, even with high levels of inflation, and even in a recession, even with markets crashing, it is still very capable and very possible, speaking from experience, to still make a lot of money. Not everyone will suffer in these times, okay? And those who don't suffer during these times are going to thrive after the recovery and or during the recovery. And as we start to hit that recovery, I will be sure to let you guys know. I think we're nearing the bottom. Perhaps maybe once we see some reports about these job losses and the outcome that Jerome Powell and the Fed have made very clear that they want to see. I think once we start getting close to that, probably at the 1 million mark, 1 million job loss mark, the 4% unemployment rate, I think we'll be closer to the bottom. Perhaps maybe at that time we will start to begin to see the recovery on the horizon. But like I said, I'll be sure to let you guys know, because I want you guys to succeed. I want you guys to thrive. I don't want you guys to suffer. I don't want you guys to be broke. I don't want you to be poor. I don't want you to be living in poverty. I don't want you to go hungry. I don't want you to experience food shortages. I don't want you guys to have any unnecessary and undue stress put on you on top of everything else out there that Lord only knows is coming around the corner. So, like I said, I'll be sure to let you know. And honestly, I'm not greedy. And, you know, I don't think that there's so many opportunities out there. We'll never butt heads and cross paths as competition. And if we do, I would be excited for it, because that means that you guys are doing well. But we all are going to have our own separate paths, our own different paths. And with that, we can continuously help each other, i.e. the network. Rising tides lift all ships. Remember that, folks. I got some messages I need to reply to. Sorry, Chris. I saw your text messages come through today. I've been busy. But other creators out there have been reaching out and sharing their success through our conversations, and also sharing ideas and ways of continuous growth and collaboration and connecting and networking. It just works out for everybody. It just does. Especially when opportunities come across everybody's email and they aren't right for everybody, but they say, you know what, I know someone that this would be good for, a good fit for, and they share it. And it not only helps the other creators and your friends and our family and these networks, but it also helps the companies in connecting with the right people that they may not have necessarily known existed without the communication. So again, nobody has camera got a little too hot. So nobody has any money. People barely have any money. No savings, no investments on the horizon, and literally sitting here wondering, how are we, how is my family going to survive? Well, folks, please subscribe to the channel. Please give this video a like. Please comment down below with any comments, suggestions, requests, or anything that you would like me to bring to you to help you guys succeed, to help you guys survive, help you guys weather this storm. And if you so choose to go the route of obviously my #1 choice being YouTube, by all means, please do. Please reach out. Please connect. The easiest way to communicate with me directly is going to be through patreon.com/Kevin247. But you do not have to sign up. You do not have to pay if you don't want to, because I will continuously post things there for free. I will continuously post things on YouTube for free. But if you wanted to have direct and immediate access and communication with me, that's going to be the easiest way to do it, which is patreon.com/Kevin247. Make a specific email address using Gmail for your YouTube channel. Go ahead and create a YouTube channel. Create a name. Do not worry about the name for your YouTube channel, because you can always change it later. Begin recording content, uploading content. Don't worry about it being perfect. Don't worry about your editing skills. Do not worry about your lighting. Do not worry about your camera. Do not worry about your microphone. Don't worry about any of these things. Just begin. Just start. Make the email address, create the channel, upload videos, create content. Let's get some videos under our belts. Let's get some data that we can use to analyze, to help us figure out exactly how to improve and which directions to go, what's working, what's not, what's gaining subs, what's gaining views. And from there, we can then scale it. And also remember, we don't want to get hung up on how many subscribers we have, or how many views we have, because subscribers and views don't necessarily equate to how much money you can earn, if that makes sense. Much like a job, much like a career, much like going to work, not everyone gets paid the same money per hour, and not every video gets paid the same amount per view. Not to mention the other opportunities that exist on the side beyond YouTube AdSense and Google AdSense monetization revenue, which I can share with all of you who are interested. And at the end of the day, you have to get started before that can even be a topic of discussion. If you got any questions, feel free to comment down below. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for watching. You guys take care, be safe. I'll see you on the next one.